Shalom merms! If you watched my previous video, I mentioned that PADI certifications up to the instructor level are pricey, but are worth the investment if you want to do this professionally. But if you don't have this money for now and you don't want to wait to develop those mermaiding skills, here's what you can do. Disclaimer, I am a mermaid and I swear like a sailor. Also, I am not a diplomat. Go to the beach if you're lucky to live near one, or a public or a private pool. Practice swimming and cardio. Spend as much time as you can in the water. Get comfortable, including withstanding cold temperatures. Opening your eyes and get used to blurry vision, and smile. Basically perform half blind, half deaf. Practice body language, the poses that look good in the water. Be a good human swimmer before you apply those techniques with a tail, with your legs pinned together, which weighs you down. Learn to keep calm, just like when, for example, when you're surfing and you get wiped out. If you panic, you're fucked. And practice dedication and patience. Grab a diving buddy, a GoPro, and film. Practice long breath holds in a static apnea as long as you can. Eventually, I would recommend a scuba dive or a free dive certification to take it further in depth. Speaking of depth, learn how to evolve under water pressure. How to equalize sinuses and practice buoyancy when going deeper. Learn about marine life, the animals. If you have access to an open water environment, learn about the conditions, the currents, tides, safe entry and exit points. It is a dangerous art. I would suggest taking at least a basic first aid course. These are not expensive and are offered by many organizations since it's required by different jobs. In addition to training and physical demands, here are the challenges you should expect. To be mocked, ridiculed even, but that is part of being a mermaid in society. That is part of any female-dominated sport, I want to say. Take, for example, synchronized swimming, an unknown sport for many people. And when the general public looks at it, it's through the stereotypes of these girls, heavily made up with their glittery swimming suits, the hair buds full of gelatine, their stuck-up smile. I recommend a documentary film, Parfait or Perfect, that follows the path of a synchronized swimming Olympic team. You can find it on Apple TV. They all had sprains, fractures, concussions, and traumas in addition to eating disorders. They regularly take elbow kicks, knee kicks, break their teeth sometimes, their nose, get black eyes. In this film, one swimmer compares her discipline to American football, I'd rather say rugby. When they get thrown for a lift, they can fall back on someone else's head and they don't have a helmet, you know? It's like gymnastics in the water, without breathing. You try that. It's common for them to LMC while practicing their routine. Sports traditionally female is still not taken seriously. Another example of that, have you heard about this transgender influencer hired by Nike to promote sports bra in their ad? Yes, sexism can look like that too. When I look at this buffoon, I want to invite them in a ring for some sparring session just to show them what it's like to play like a girl. Bitch, please. When he was hired for a Budweiser ad, male sports fan revolted. I guess women have enough on their plates with their jobs and their kids to take this bullshit down. How about letting transgenders enroll in female competitions? If that doesn't show you that female athleticism is not that much value, I don't know what does. I won't support you if you're spitting on my rights for your own personal gain. But no, it's always the feminist fault if we find ourselves on the downside of advantage. easier to hammer the weak. Anyway, I digress. Mermaiding too has this image of playing dress up, overlooking the hundreds of hours and years of practicing required to be good at it, just like with any other sport. There are a lot of mermaid cosplays out there, but it takes more than a costume to be a mermaid. I care about the art form, that's all. Which leads me to mermaid perverts. Expect this very early on. You need to build a thick fish skin, connect to other mers. In real life or online, just know that we support each other. Eventually, if you want to do this more seriously, expect a lot of spending. Starting with a good tail and the appropriate fin, check out the link in the description for some suggestions. And those mercons are not free either. But some of you have it better than others. On this side of the border, our economy sucks. The Canadian dollar is at the lowest and everything costs me 35% more since most of the gear is ordered from the US. Adding to that raging shipping fees, custom fees, they're going at it. I guess we need to finance Justin's trips. How he got elected 3 times beats me. And people go along with that. I'm kind of detached from the politics, but I needed to get that out of my chest. I am settling in Mexico anyway. That's going to be my mermaid venue. Because another challenge for me is that I'm shit out of luck when it comes to being a mermaid. There's just not that many mer jobs around here, especially in the city, but I always knew this wasn't going to be my hub. In the meantime, you take what you get. There's obviously more opportunities in the US, a little bit in France. But in my case, I would need a work visa and insurance, which requires a residency. I think I haven't investigated much yet. All this to say, you need to go where the opportunities are. You probably heard of this Netflix documentary, Mer People, that just came out, which highlights some of those struggles. From the first professional pioneer performers at Weeki Springs in Florida back in the late 40s. The original Mermoms. I resubscribed for a month just to watch it. Again, I was tired of this woke propaganda. What's next? A Disney remake featuring a transgender Little Mermaid or Cleopatra? I digress again. All in all, keep growing as a mermaid, go out and experience the magic. Your personality will come naturally. That's it for me. That was a short one today, sending you lots of mermaid sparkles. I'll leave you with me trying another painting of a mermaid using quick techniques if that interests you. Keep on swimming.